Hey everybody, welcome back to the Alehorn. Today I am joined by half of the excellent sludge band Coffin Toirture. His name is Blind Samson. And before we get into the topic today, I just want to let you know that new listeners can join us on Patreon for early access to this and my other sci-fi nerd culture podcast called The Mudhorn. You get some perks, some song downloads, early access, stuff like that. And soon we'll be revamping, joining up with another a much bigger podcast. So be on the lookout for that. But the topic today is the band Coffin Toirture and my guest Blind Samson, the excellent drummer for the sludge band Coffin Toirture. Like I said before, dude, how's it going? It's been a long time since we've seen each other. Like probably 2019, maybe 20, I would say.
Yeah, I think the last time I saw you, it was at the New York Death Metal Fest. They had it Old Shakey's. I think I saw it. Did you come out to that?
No, I didn't. That was I think Neverfall was on that. I think I saw you last at Fleetwood's actually.
Yeah, that has been a long time
Yeah,
ago.
yeah. I think you played with
Yeah,
Ape Vermin and some
yeah, Ape Vermin and Yatra.
Yachter. That's right. Okay, yeah, we played with those two bands also. So small circles down here in Asheville. A lot of bands. Yeah, I've played with other bands that I've played with, and it's all good. All good time. It used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, dude, let's get into the origins of Coffin Torture. I want to imagine that you and Alex were running around in a field of flowers with metal shirts on and ran into each other. Started the band. Is that how it went, or is it a little bit different than that?
Uh, actually, I met Alex on the school bus. This was in high school, and we were going. There's a place. It's called the Career Center in Oconee County, where all the Oconee County high schools can go, and you can take vocational courses.
Yeah, I did
But
that actually. I did masonry for my school
yeah,
system.
I was in the residential wiring. Yeah. Uh, Alex, he was in the graphic design class, and we had to ride the school bus from the high school down to the career center, and I got the seat all to myself. I was all excited about that, and then this giant guy got on the bus that I was scared of. I'd just seen him in the hallways in school, and I thought, oh no, there's nowhere else for him to sit. So he came and sat down next to me, and he had a CD player, and he had Sepultura, I think, Arise on the CD player, and I heard it coming through the headphones. Like he had it so loud I could hear it like blaring out of his headphones,
Yeah.
and I just kind of, yeah, Sepultura, all right, yeah. And he gave me the other headphone. Here, listen to this, and that was kind of how we became friends.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Started playing music for that. Yeah.
Funny you mentioned Sepultura. Actually, Max and Igor Cavallero are playing at the Orange Peel tomorrow night, doing I think Roots and maybe Chaos AD in its entirety.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go or not though. It's $30, a little steep, but we'll see. I don't know.
I would go just to see Igor play drums, man.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm leaning toward going. Yeah, but like I said, I got two small kids and I haven't even mentioned it to my wife yet, so we'll see. We'll see if I can find a good spot to, slide that request in. See, I'm pretty busy, so I am gone a lot. So, but yeah, so cool. So, so how long after you met him did you get Coffin Torture going off the ground?
Well, this the incident on the school bus was about 2005, early 2006, and it wasn't long after we became friends. We started to play music together. Alex would come over to my house, and we would sit around and try to figure out Sepultura riffs and
Right,
Slayer riffs and stuff like that. And it wasn't long after that that we started to try and, hey, let's see if we can come up with our own stuff.
right.
And this was in kind of mid 2006. We started a band together. It was called Savo, Tsavo,
Yes, I
like
remember it.
Savo and yeah. And that's the band that became Coffin Torture
Okay.
around 2008.
Were you
So it
guys
was, I guess, right around in there.
were you guys a three-piece at Salvo, if I remember correctly, or were you always a duo?
We were always a duo. We've had two guys play bass with us in Coffin Toirture in the past,
Right.
but for the majority of the time, we've always been a duo. We did have another band called Larval Stage that was kind of running parallel with Coffin Toirture, and Larval Stage was a three-piece, and it was kind of like more technical death metal, like Origin and Hate Eternal, that
Mhm.
kind of stuff. But after Larval Stage ended, we just picked right back up with Coffin Toirture and kept right on going.
Cool, cool. I was telling Micah yesterday. I was like, man, I was like, I'm gonna ask Jam like how like two of the nicest guys you've ever met are like playing some of the most brutal like sludge you've ever heard. Like it's like the music doesn't fit the personality, but like what kind of led you to just playing like the really heavy low tune stuff? Because obviously like playing Slayer riffs is kind of like a far stretch from sludge metal, you know.
Yeah. Um, well, I think for me, what kind of got me into the slower stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I got a magazine. I can't remember if it was Revolver or Decibel or Metal Maniacs or what it was, but the band Zoroaster was in it. They had a feature in the magazine, and it was Brent, Dan, and Will sitting in front of this big giant wall of amps. There were sun amps and green and orange and all kind of. It was just a big wall of these amps, and that picture so impacted me. I said I want to know what a band that uses that kind of stuff sounds like. That's what I wanted to. I wanted to hear that band,
Yeah.
and I got their album Dog Magic, and Dog Magic was really the album that got me into slower, heavier stuff. And Alex, he got an album called Call of the Wretched Sea by Ahab. And I think those two albums coming together when we heard that, it kind of set us off on the slow path, I guess.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I mean, I have your first album right here, or the first full length or EP. I'm gonna call it this one. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was a big. I really like this album a lot. And then when I saw that the second one was coming out, I pre-ordered it. My tape was just shipped from Sludgelord earlier this week, but it's coming from England, so who knows when it'll be here. But I'm pretty excited. I think I got the slime green uh, cassette. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
one I got. But he also had a pink one, which I thought was pretty cool too. But I got the slime green one. So I'll be looking forward to that. So yeah, I didn't get to see any of the credits or anything. So did you guys record at the jam room again for this one?
We did, yeah. We went down. We actually recorded this whole album, Blennoid, with Philip Cope. Dismal Planet, we recorded half of it with Jay Matheson, and then the other half of it with Philip. He did like vocals and second guitar and all
Mm-hmm.
the extra stuff. And the majority of Dismal Planet was recorded with Jay, but Philip did Blennoid the whole thing all the way through.
Yeah, it sounds really good. Did does Alex
Thanks.
record like he plays live? Like do you record the extra like cab with like the bass track essentially, or is all that separate?
The way we record in the studio is more traditional band style. Like Alex records one guitar rhythm track, and I do the drums together, and
Yeah.
then he'll go and do a second guitar, and then bass and vocals, and then all the extra. We did a bunch of extra stuff, a theremin and
Yep, I heard it.
banjos and dulcimers.
Some
Yeah,
backing vocals that sound like in there too. Or something like
that was all Alex.
I mean,
Yeah.
it sounded like some
Oh,
guest. It sounded like some guest backing vocals. What I should have said. Or
oh
was it
yeah,
all
that's
Alex?
Bianca.
Oh, okay.
No, the guest vocals are Bianca on Yataveo. She sings an oak skin with
Right.
Philip.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've met her before. I'm pretty sure I have, but I meet a lot of people, so it's hard to remember. But yeah, it sounds really good. So what is the title Blennoid like mean? Because I really don't know. I'm very good at guess. I'm very bad at guessing stuff, interpreting stuff sometimes.
Blennoid is a medical word. It means mucus-like or slimy. It's kind of a dead word. It's not really used much anymore, but it basically means mucus-like.
Oh, okay. So okay, I get that now because like the artwork is very slimy looking. Not in a bad way. I'm just saying, yeah, it really fits. I wish I could hold up and show people what the new album is, but the artwork's insane. Like I think are
Oh,
you
hang on. I got it right here. Hang on one
okay?
second. That's it right there. If you can
Oh,
see it
nice. Okay.
past the glare.
Yeah, it should be a little smoother when the video renders, but yeah, that's Alex's artwork is fucking killer. Like, does he only do for
Hang-
Coffin Toirture, or does he do for other bands too? Ever?
Uh, he used to do a lot more commissions for other bands,
Mm,
but I think he got burnt out on it. He did a bunch of them like back to back to back, and he doesn't like the deadlines and all. You know, when you were doing something for another band,
yeah.
they're on you like, when are we going to get it? When are we going to get it? And he
Right.
doesn't like that side of it.
I mean,
So now he pretty much does. Huh?
he should just make pre-rendered stuff and then just sell it as is. I mean, there's always a band out there looking for something, you know.
Well, we've had long conversations about that through the years, you know, and I think he just more he wants to do what he wants to do. Like he doesn't really want to like take direction from, you know, because a band's going to say like, well, could you do this or could you
Yeah.
do that? And I've talked to him about that too. Like, man, you just draw something and scan it and sell it. But I don't think he's never really been into doing that. He used to actually apprentice at a tattoo shop, and he got out of that for the same reason. He likes to just, if somebody came in and said, all right, yeah, tattoo whatever you want, wherever you want to tattoo it, he'd be all into that. But
Right.
I don't think he wants to do the commercial art
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't either. I mean, I'm not an artist by any means, but like when I play music, it's like stuff that I like, you know. So like if there's a riff I really
Mm.
don't dig or something, I'll just be like, you know, we'll just all move on to when we find something in common. You know, it's more gratifying that way than having to do something you don't want to do. So I
Oh
totally
yeah,
get that from a artistic standpoint. So cool, man.
yeah.
So how did you get involved with Sludgelord Records? Because obviously it's overseas label. So did you just like send the Planet EP over one time and he was all about it?
No, actually, the way that we got hooked up with Aaron, our friend John McRitchie, that does the front room fuzz lounge and monaural machine, he I think he posted a picture of the Dismal Planet album cover, and he's friends with Aaron. And Aaron saw it and went, "Whoa, dude, what is that?" And he checked out the music and he liked the music. And this was right at the start of Sludgelord Records, and he wanted us to be the first band on the label.
Oh, nice. Oh,
But
that's a big honor.
we had never. Oh yeah, we were stoked about it, man. We never talked to Aaron before. We never sent him anything. He just kind of reached out to Alex on Facebook, and we went from there.
Nice. Are you getting Blennoid printed on vinyl too? I know there's a big delay. That's why it's not coming out yet. But is there vinyl in the works?
Yeah, we're gonna place the order this coming Tuesday.
Okay.
We'll have the money together, and we're actually going in with our friend Franklin Farr over at Pharmacy Records in Greenville, and
Yeah.
he's going to help us and kind of partner to release it.
Oh, nice. Are you doing any special colors, or is it just going to be black?
It's going to be clear yellow. That's what we're planning on,
Cool. Cool.
like a
Yeah.
translucent yellow.
I'll be getting. I'll
And
be.
we're actually going.
Go ahead.
We're going with we're going with a company up there in Asheville called Citizen Vinyl. Out of
Really?
the Asheville Citizen newspaper. Yeah.
Yeah. So I looked into them once before for our last album, and they were very expensive. I mean, like ridiculous expensive. I'm surprised that's who you're going with. Are they the only ones that could do it in a reasonable amount of time, or what was the?
Well, they were cheaper than disc makers, and Kindercore wouldn't get back in touch with us, so they were kind of the only option we had to do what we wanted to.
Right.
And we're like, I think they are. As far as like the price compared to disc makers, it seemed like it was more reasonable than they were because we were wanting to get 500 of them made.
I'll ask you.
So as far as
I'll ask you off air how much they charge you for that because I'm curious because, like I said, I looked into them and like I just thought because they thought they were the next best thing that they were just obnoxiously expensive, but maybe their prices have changed, over the past couple years.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think I priced like 200 albums, just like black, nothing fancy, just like a white or black disc sleeve and a front and back, no gatefold, no nothing. I think it was like over $3,000. I was like, holy cat, for 200, I thought it was a little steep, But yeah, I'll look into them again.
Yeah, well, for this 500 on that clear yellow, it's going to be about $3,800
for 500. Yeah, I mean that's a better value for 500 than was for 200. Like 200 was seriously like it was like 3,000 or 3,200 or something like that. And I told them that I could pick it up locally, and they're like, "No, we still charge shipping." I was like, "Well, why? I'm 20 minutes down the road."
Yeah. Well, I got in touch with them, and they told me that I could come pick them up. And Jay at the Jam Room, he's in a band called Brandy and the Butcher, and they just had a album release, and he got them from up there, and he drove up to them and to get them. That was the main reason. Well, one of the main reasons we wanted to go with them, so we could do that. We didn't want to. I mean, shipping 500 records would cost an arm and a leg.
Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah. Our last 7-inch we got it was we got it pressed in Ukraine. Hold on, my Alexa went off here. We got shipped from Ukraine. I think the shipping was like for 200 or 300 7-inch was like $200 something, but we still only paid like $1,400 for it. But it's not 180 gram; it's only 140 gram. Cardboard stock and all that good stuff. So, and then the pandemic hit, so we sold like 50 of them. So we have like 250 of these albums still sitting around. When you go out and play some shows, get these things out of my damn closet. It was bad timing, to say the least. Yeah, for sure. Well, cool, man.
Dude, I did the same thing with Dismal Planet. I got 1,000 CDs. Like that was the dumbest thing I've ever done. Yeah. I give them away. If you come to Mountain Music in Seneca, South Carolina, and you're wearing a Metallica T-shirt, you get a free Coffin Toirture CD.
Nice.
No questions asked.
Nice. No questions asked. Like, are you a fan of first 4, or are you a fan of like after the first 4 kind of thing?
No, I give them away, man. I got 1,000 of them. I'll give them away to somebody in a Tool T-shirt. I don't care. If you like anything heavy, I got to get rid of these stupid CDs.
Yeah, I hear you. Oh. Sorry, my Alexa. I turned the volume all the way down. I can still hear it, so probably came through on the recording too. But well, I wanted to ask you something else too, since I got you alone with no Alex. Are you still doing the Blind Samson side project stuff? The one-man band?
I haven't done any of that since before Dismal Planet, man. I hadn't really been inspired to do it. Every riff I've come up with, I've always wound up using it in Coffin Toirture for the last little while.
Yeah.
And but I might do some more of it again. It just gotta hit me.
Sure. Yeah. Is that your birth name by any chance? No, just kidding.
No, it's not. It's cool. My name's Robert James McMillan.
Yeah, I know. I was just making a joke. Yeah, I think that's how I think that's how me and you actually started talking. Was your Blind Samson album? You got the artwork by David Paul Seymour, and I was
Yeah.
inquiring about how much you paid for it because I was like looking for an artist. And back then, he was pretty reasonable. He's gone way up now. I mean, obviously, I don't fault him. If you can get the money, get it. But he's kind of out of our budget, budget boundaries now. He's like when I paid like 300 for a complete artwork set for Skullthor Even Blade album. He's up to like 650 or
Mhm.
700 now for the same amount.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's. I mean, like I said, he does good work. I like Dave. He's a good dude. I actually talk to him like on a personal level every once in a while, just like talking like football. Or he was doing a pretty cool web series called uh what do I always forget on these podcasts what everything's called. Oh, it was called Kumasan. It was like an old like 30s radio show he was doing, and it just like stopped, and that was like back in like April. And it's like, dude, what's going on? And I haven't heard nothing back from it, so I don't know what's going on with it. But I would like to hear the end of it at least. It was pretty involving to me because it was like really cool sci-fi done the old style with like different voice actors and a narrator and some cool music, like some 80s synths kind of stuff. It's a pretty cool idea, and yeah, I hope he finishes it up. But but yeah, the Blind Samson stuff's good too. I actually listened to it the other day after I listened to Blennoid just to see if there's any common threads. And it's all just heavy shit. It's all just crushingly heavy. Like you can't really tell if your speakers are blown or not because it's just so distorted from the just a massive sound coming out. Everything. It's good stuff, man. I really enjoy it. And I think you're probably my favorite two piece band. I'm not really a two piece band fan because I just like bass and stuff in my music, but the way you guys do it live and record it, obviously there's plenty of bass in there. So when you listen to it, it sounds very full, and dynamic. Yeah.
I appreciate that, man. Thanks. We try to. That's been a long time of experimenting with a bunch of different stuff to try and get that illusion of having a bass player without having one. It's a lot harder than just plugging it into a bass amp. There's a whole lot of Alex has really done a lot to get that sound,
Oh, I know.
and it's something that like yeah. If you don't get it right, it's just a big muddy, nasty mess that you can't decipher anything. And if you don't get it just right, it's too thin without a bass. So it's kind of. I wish he was here. He could tell you more of the technical side of it. I don't know as much about how he does it. I just know that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I've seen when you guys come live, man. It's like there's more cabinets than there is band members. It's like holy cow. it's like it's like these
We
guys are
would bring
about
more
to
if we could.
yeah these guys are about to flatten something behind me with the sounds coming out of here. But yeah, man, great stuff. So what got you into drumming? Like when you started playing, was it Igor or was it a number of different things?
Um, what made me want to play drums was yeah, Igor and but more like Nick Menza,
Mm-hmm.
Lars Ulrich, Tommy Aldridge, those kind of guys.
Yeah.
Uh, but then when I got into heavier music, it was guys like Des Kinsel from High on Fire and
Yep.
Kiko from Weed Eater, Ramsey from Buzz Oven, uh, that kind of stuff. Just any drummers that had one up, one down, just two toms.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of the drumming I gravitated towards. I like that style. I wish I had a big double bass drum kit with a lot of toms, but I would still just use those two. That's just kind of that's the kit I learned how to play on was just like that, one up, one down.
Yeah.
And so all the drummers I listened to were like that, and it just kind of went from there. I've
Right.
added more cymbals, but I won't add any more drums.
Yeah. Are you still upset that Des Kenzel's not with High on Fire anymore? I thought that was a pretty major blow to me.
Yeah, that was a big bummer, but they've got Cody Willis now, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, I
They
haven't
couldn't have
heard.
got anybody better than him.
I don't think they've released anything since Dez quit, so I'll be curious to hear the next one for sure.
Yeah, they had the drummer from that band Mutoid Man. He played with them for a little bit, and I thought they were going to record something, but they never did. But I'd be interested to hear what they come up with Cody on the drums,
Yeah, I mean, I'm
because he,
sure.
I mean,
Go ahead.
he's he's got the Des Kensel style, but he's got his own stuff going on too.
Yeah, yeah. Funny you say Nick Menza, dude, because I've been practicing a lot to Rust in Peace here lately on my electric kit. Just putting it in and or just putting the headphones on, just play along, with the album off Spotify or whatever. And man, his style is it's like so accessible, but still it's really difficult at the same time. He has a lot of fine touches that is hard to just like hit and the timing, that it throws you off if you miss it. So I've been trying to play with like other drummers, like steal a little bit from different styles because I feel like I got kind of stagnant on mine. Because I play with Micah a lot, and like obviously, like I could do anything that really fits his style, but it gets kind of boring because it's always after a while you just catch yourself reusing the same stuff. So I'm playing and trying to get like different ideas, like learning through like playing with other drum tracks and drummers. I mean, even like playing with like Lars, like off the Black album. Obviously not like
Mm-hmm.
any kind of like it's not kind of like master class and like extreme drumming or anything, but even some of that stuff is still like, okay, that was pretty cool. I never really picked that up till I had to try to play it. But yeah, even on the drumming on the Black album, still some pretty cool stuff. I mean, nothing like the Justice album, but yeah, I mean, I just try to pick up a
Yeah.
little bit from whoever sounds accessible to me. Obviously, I'm not going to try to like play along with any like Gene Hoglan and like Death or Strapping Young Lad or anything like that. But like the more like accessible drummers, 80 rocks kind of stuff and everything. I enjoy playing along to on my spare time.
Well, everybody makes fun of Lars, but he's got the most consistent backbeat of anybody. You listen to like their old live stuff from way back when.
Mm-hmm.
That dude's backbeat was solid. He wasn't missing no rim shot. It was always dead on. And that's the hardest thing to do to me on drums is to hit that rim shot like bam, just every time. And
Yeah,
nobody does it like he does. I know he's a strange Danish man.
he's a
You know,
strange Danish man.
he's the best. He's got the best backbeat. Period.
Yeah, I think a lot. I think a lot of the stuff about Lars. I think you watch the videos like back in like the '80s, like on the live shit, Binge and Purge box set, or just like any of the bootleg videos they have now. Man, he's like really into it and solid and like on point. Maybe one of the strongest performances in their live performance. Back then. But I think now the thing is he's kind of lazy now. He doesn't really put much effort into some stuff. He'll skip double bass sometimes. He relies on that damn China way too much. It's like kind of
Yeah.
weird. And the sets are like getting a little shorter and shorter, as they go on. It used to be like 20 songs. Then it was 18. Now I think they're down to like 16 or even 15 songs on their set. They play a lot off like load and reload and stuff like that. Stuff that's not really challenging. So I think the criticism for modern day Lars is totally justified. But I don't think he's bad. I just think he's gotten kind of lazy. Yeah, to be honest. Like
Yeah,
there's no
I
fire
agree.
or bite or anything to prove. It's just kind of milk toast and passable and not very inspired. Like he fucks up a lot. I hear last time I saw him, he fucked up twice on the easiest songs, stuff like that. So yeah. But then I saw Dave Lombardo with Testament last month, and dude, I mean, the drums sound like shit because the venue. I don't know what was going on with the venue. Like it just sounded bad all night. But man, his drumming is ferocious, and that dude's like pushing. He's probably over 60, I would say.
He's got to be by
Yeah,
now.
yeah. And then the drummer for Creator, I can't remember his name right now. Dude, that dude is like older than Lars, and that guy is a monster, man. That last album they put out is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's guys, man, in their 50s, 60s out there they can play an hour and a half set, no problem. Get off stage and just go play another one if they want to.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it, man. We get up there and we play 5 songs, and I feel like I'm about to die. I don't know if it's just how out of shape I am, but I think about guys that tour like that. There's no way. If we had to do that 14 days in a row, there's no way I'd make it. There's no way I'd make it. I
Well,
know you got to condition yourself to do that, but it blows me away.
well, you got to think about it on a band art level. So, like, we do it all. Like, so we go, we pack up our drums. You know, we load it. We drive ourselves over to the venue. We have to unload our drums. Then we have to unpack our drums and set up our drums. Play immediately after we play. Take our drums off the stage, break them down, pack them up. And that's what a drummer on our side of the band has to do. When you're a drummer in a band like that big, and you have a tech, dude, all you gotta do is just go out there and for sound check, take a break, and then you go out there and play, and then leave. Like you don't have to touch them until you play. So I'm pretty sure, like if we were on that level
That's
where we had our own drum tech, like it would be a lot different. Like it would be like a lot less work that you're not so damn wore out. But
yeah,
I'll tell you, man, like setting up drums and playing it, I play the best when I do that because I'm so loose. But I have played shows where I had to set up my drums and wait like 3 or 4 hours, and dude, it was the worst because I was cold, I
yeah,
wasn't warmed up and everything, and it's like I just feel like I'm better when I'm just setting up and then playing because I'm all loose and warmed up and everything. To me, but don't get me wrong, if I had the chance to just have a
yeah,
drum tech do shit for me, I would choose that all the time.
yeah.
Yeah,
I would too.
yeah, it'd be nice.
Do you find that like you get a cramp, like when your hand cramps up one good time, if you the next song that goes away and then you're all right? That happens to me every single time, man. My right hand will just like be like a claw at the end of the first song, and then it's okay after that.
No, I
And
have
I
the same.
stretch. I like do all that
Yeah,
stuff and everything.
I have a condition where sometimes my right wrist will go numb, and that's my ride cymbal hand. And sometimes it's hard to. Sometimes I can't even
Yeah,
feel the stick. Like I'm just like watching to keep my time on the ride parts. Sometimes it's a little weird. I don't know what it is. I can stretch. I can do everything. And sometimes it happens. Sometimes it doesn't. It's very random, but it seems to always happen when I play
mm.
shows. Never at practice, just shows for some reason. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Might be
Yeah.
the adrenaline.
I don't know about that. I don't really get too nervous when I play, to be honest with you. I don't know what it is. I guess it's just 'cause I'm in the back and I just kind of hide back there. But another thing I was wanting to get to that you said about your drum set size, about having a double bass and stuff. I would do the same also, but I've learned that the stages that I mostly play on, which are usually steps and not very big, if I had a double bass set, that would be a nightmare for setup for the whole band because that would take up so much
Yeah,
room that you'd have to put like the guitar cab on top of the bass cab to make sure I had enough room if I had a double bass set. It'd be insane. Because some dude asked me one time, because I play a lot of double bass, and he asked me like why I didn't have a double bass set. I was like, dude, the stages I play on don't allow it. So this is about as big as I can go for our size band. So I have 3 mounted toms and a 4 tom, and then on my ride and 2 cymbals on the right side. And that pushes into the bass player and the guitar player. And then on the left side, it's pretty open. But if I had a double bass, it would be way more stretched out. I'd probably like set up close to the front just to have enough room. And nobody wants the drummer up front. So
no,
no.
got
Well,
to
except for
stay in
you
the
guys,
back.
because you set up sideways, so you're kind of are at the front, which it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, that's one of those. Sometimes we'll play a place that has a drum riser,
Mm-hmm.
and I gotta say, like, no, I gotta set up on like we set up like a half moon, like a crescent
Yeah.
moon, because I gotta see Alex, he's got to see me. I can't be on a riser like up way behind him. It would just it would feel kind of disconnected. It would be hard to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
But
I totally get it. Yeah.
sometimes like you say on like the small places even a 3-piece drum kit with the cymbal legs and everything, you got to just cram it all just as tight as you can. Because Alex has those 3 cabinets, big giant cabinets, and they're going to be kind of swooping out this way. It can be hard to, even with 2 guys, because we bring as much stuff as a 4-piece band would use, but it's just 2 of us.
Yeah, like I was saying, more cabs than band members. You got to show up. It's like, oh, this got to be business.
Yeah.
Is Alex endorsed by any of those companies, Green or Matamp?
Oh no, definitely not. He had to buy them all with his money.
I wasn't sure if
it would be nice.
Yeah, it would be nice, wouldn't it? I wasn't sure if he was or not. I could have sworn he was, but maybe I read something else, and I was listening to Coffin Toirture a lot when I read it or something. I can't remember, but maybe he will after this album because it's pretty damn good, man.
Thanks, man. Well, maybe, if anybody wants to sponsor us, we're wide open to it. Let us know.
Yeah, I mean, if you got sponsored because of this podcast, that means somebody was listening to this podcast. So that's a win-win for both of us.
Yeah.
Well, man, let's do a couple of just fun rapid fire questions real quick, and then I'll let you go because I know you got some work to do after this. So, if you had to change genres for Coffin Toirture, what do you think the next genre would be that you change to, from sludge to power metal or doom metal? What do you think it would be based on your interest or fandom of metal music?
I wouldn't mind if we went kind of transition into a more straightforward death metal band.
Right.
I don't think Alex would mind either.
That's
kind of what
Florida style death metal.
Yeah, Morbid Angel,
Obituary, stuff like that.
That style. Yeah, definitely Obituary, Bolt Thrower, those kind of bands. Disma, all that stuff.
Cool. Yeah, I can hear that. I can hear that on the vocals already. Really, the vocals are very death metal, versus the music is very sludge. So it works. It works pretty well, I think, already.
Thanks, man.
Plus, in the first song, I don't have the track listing with me. When you have the up tempo part, that's really good stuff too, man. That was a lot different than anything on Dismal Planet. So I noticed the evolution right off the get go on the first song.
Thanks, man. That was a complete Disma ripoff. I was listening to Towards the Megalith over and over and over again, and I put that riff.
Yeah,
the riff's not a ripoff, but the drum beat's a ripoff.
Dude, I think every song on our last album was a ripoff of something. We were just listening to all kinds of shit. It's we have an Ozzy inspired song, and we had we pretty much ripped off. We pretty much covered the song Black Sabbath with different riffs, but we kept the structure the same, exactly the same. I built an intro the storm. I recorded a storm in a church near my house, and I recreated the bell rings to the exact second they are on the song. The intro is 28 seconds long exactly, and all 3 bells hit.
Oh yes,
at the same time. Yeah, I created. It's a perfect cover, but it's not even the same riff, but it's the same structure and everything. Yeah. It's called Altar of Sabbath too. It's total Sabbath worship. Yeah, we love it. It's great. But yeah, anyway, getting back, all our songs are just a rip off of another song somewhere. We just embraced it because dude, there's so many riffs out there. Now, even if you've never heard the riff, someone else has probably played this riff or very similar somewhere. So why even worry about it? At this point.
Yeah. True.
As long as it comes from a place of purity and not just trying to rip somebody off on purpose, I think it's fine, these days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tribute.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. What band would you like to drum for if you had the chance? Major band. If you had the chance to do it.
I would love to play drums in Weed Eater one time.
Yeah.
I would love to play a set with Weed Eater. I think I could do it just from listening to them so much over the years. I think I could just slide right in and play it. But I would love to do that sometime. But I think they got Ramsey now, so they're pretty much set. But Dixie Dave, call me if you need me.
Have you guys ever opened up for Weed Eater?
We haven't, man. About every band in the Greenville area that we know and have played shows with have opened up for them. So I'm hoping maybe one day we'll get the chance to. I'd love to open up for them, play the same show. That'd be great.
Yeah, I think we're the only band up here that hasn't opened up for him either. So, yeah, we got that in common for sure. Yeah, that and I think
Maybe one day.
Yeah, maybe one day. I think there's another band too that's played around here a lot that we've never got to open for. I can't remember who they are now right offhand, but anyway. Yeah, so I actually know the guy who works with the Weed Eater for the booking agency. I can slip you his contact info after we get done because I know they do play around the area a lot, so it might be worth a shot to see if you can get it on one of the shows in Greenville or up here in Asheville or Spartanburg or even Columbia.
That'd be great, man.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
We'd love to do that.
How was the show at Ground Zero, by the way, last Sunday?
It went well. It was a Sunday night, so
Yeah.
it wasn't a huge turnout or anything, but we all had fun. There was two bands from Savannah, Georgia, and our buddies Cleansing of the Temple, and everybody that was there went wild and really got into it. So it was cool. I always like playing at Ground Zero Radio Room.
Mm-hmm.
They let us play as loud and stupid as we want to, so I always appreciate that. They never, same thing with up in Asheville, the auditorium. They've never told us to turn down, never said it's too loud. They just said do what you want to do, and we appreciate that.
Right. Oh, just so you know, they've changed their name now. They actually got sued and had to change their name. So now it's just called the Odd. They had to drop the auditorium because
Really?
happened about a month and a half ago. Ripley's Believe It or Not corporation sued them for the name the auditorium for some reason. Even though there's no Ripley's Believe It or Not in anywhere in the vicinity of town, they still sue them, and they just changed the name to the Odd. So that's what it's called now. If you ever have to look them up, it's still the same management and booking and everything. But the venue is now called the Odd. So
that sucks, man. Was the auditorium were they that big of a threat to Ripley's Believe It or Not? It was going to take away business from
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's not even a Ripley's Believe It or Not. The closest one is like Gatlinburg, Tennessee, which is probably like 2 hours from Asheville. But there's not even a Ripley's Believe It or Not anything in Asheville anywhere. And besides, even if there was, the auditorium's been there for 10 years plus. They just like, we might move in here one day, so we don't need this threat. I don't get it. Corporations fucking suck, man. Like, they're just so lame and they don't put any thought into anything. It's just like knee-jerk reactions to everything. Like, it just sucks. There's another example too. There's a pizza place up here called Marco's Pizzeria, and they had to change their name because there was a national chain called Marco's that moved in, and this place has been here since the 1940s. Marco's Pizzeria. So the corporation came in and made them change their name. And they opened like one location like in the south side of town. It wasn't anywhere near the one in the north side of town. I don't know. It's just stuff like that. It annoys me. It's so lame.
Yeah. That's terrible.
Yeah.
They should have countersued.
Well,
we were here since the 40s. You guys stole our name.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I would have fought for. But the auditorium now is just called the Odd, but everything's still the same. They actually have a kitchen in there now, believe it or not. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they got a
when the pandemic hit. They got
a small business loan, and they put a lot of money into the venue. They got new sound system, some new lights. They put a kitchen, like a full service kitchen in there. I mean, it's not really full service. Like it's like kind of like fast food style. You order it and just go eat outside or something like that. They built like an outdoor stage
Yeah.
that they can't use because neighbors complained, um, stuff like that.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know when the last time you played was, but it's a lot different now inside with the renovations and stuff. So
I think
it's nice.
the last time I was there it was when you guys opened for Conan up there. That was the last time I've been. So it's been a long time.
Yeah, that was well, not too long. I think it was 2018 because we played with them twice that year. We actually played with them up in Maryland Doomfest also the same year. So that was I'm pretty sure that was
Yeah, I remember.
18 or 2018, I think.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was a good show.
that show was insane, man. Like there was some there were some people getting hurt in that mosh pit for sure. Like that place is just not built
Yeah.
for moshing, and that concrete floor, and man, people were going down, man. I'm surprised Conan didn't pull the plug because a lot of
Yeah,
times they almost
I
got him off
remember
the
that
stage.
one. Yeah, that one kid. I remember he was wearing those like the big thick rim glasses.
Mm-hmm.
He hit his head on the door. You remember that?
Vaguely,
And they
yeah,
carried him
yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah. I do. I remember carrying him out. Yeah,
They were marching around. I hope he's all right. He never came back in or anything. So I hope they got him to the doctor or something.
yeah. I'm sure. I don't know. Like I didn't hear anything else about him, but it was pretty close to the end of the set. So I not coming back in was probably the best thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. We'll go ahead and wrap
Last
it up.
time we
Oh, go
played at
ahead.
the radio.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say the last time we played at the radio room, something like that happened. There was a guy there. He'd been drinking before he got to the show, and he got really just super super drunk at the show, and he fell down 2 or 3 times, and we were trying to keep him like get him to sit down somewhere, but he wound up falling and he split the back of his head open on that door right there on the. It's kind of like a closet right beside the stage at the radio room, and just blood everywhere. It was brutal. But I just remember the sound guy coming out there with a mop and a bucket, mopping up the blood while Neverfall was playing,
Right.
like during their set, just mopping it up. I thought he survived, so it was really metal.
Good for that guy making the show more metal than it already is. That's good stuff, man.
Oh yeah, mop bucket full of blood.
Yeah, that's a good song title. Mop bucket full of blood. It's a good one. Maybe I should be next on your next album.
Yeah, New Campbell course.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, let's start wrapping it up here. Where can we find Coffin Toirture online on Bandcamp, Facebook, all that good stuff?
Yeah, man, it's pretty much just coffintoirture.bandcamp.com, Facebook /Coffin Toirture, all that. Coffin Toirture underscore or Coffin underscore Toirture on IG. We're all on all that.
Okay. And
Sludgelord Records.
Sludgelord. Yeah, that's where I ordered the tape from. Was I think through? Well, I think I got it through your Bandcamp, but it went through Sludgelord on the order. So, yeah.
Oh no,
I think
that was all through Aaron. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay.
That was all through Aaron on Sludgelord. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think the cassettes are sold out, so that's cool. I got one.
I didn't even get one.
Sorry about that. I'll show you mine when I get it, I guess.
Yeah. They sold out, and I thought he was going to send us some, but he never did.
Huh. That's weird. Yeah, we're getting some cassettes made for our last album too, like a limited run of like 25. So pretty excited. They'll be here, I guess, December, I think. But I do a YouTube series called Unsleeves where I have me and another guy, and hopefully one day some more guests. show off like collectibles and stuff, like music related collectibles and stuff. And your tape's going to be on one of the episodes as soon as I get it. Whenever that is. It says
Oh, cool.
it says by November 18th. I'm hoping it's a little sooner than that, but who knows?
I hope, man. It's hard to tell with overseas stuff. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, they have a very weird, like, it's just like it ends up in like random places and then it has to like get to you. And it takes forever to get to that random place. It goes from like England to like somewhere like Oklahoma, and then like it will just like go to California and then back to you. It's like, damn. I mean, this tape has traveled the world, to get to me. I haven't seen any of the world, so I'm jealous. Any shows coming up in the near future that you got planned or booked?
Yeah, the only show we've got coming up is November 4th at Ground Zero. That's I Hate God, and it's going to be Guillotine AD, us, and I don't know who else. I don't think he's announced the full lineup yet.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a pretty good one, man. Yeah, congratulations on that one. I think we're the only band that's never opened up for I Hate God either. They play in the area a lot, but we've never played with them. So there's another. That's probably the band I was trying to think of earlier.
Yeah, we don't really get offered shows like that too much, man. We played that one the other weekend, and that was the first time we played Ground Zero in a long time. But we're stoked. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah. Did you guys get CDs for this album, or is it just digital tape and vinyl later on?
Yeah, we got CDs. Yeah, we got CDs for it, and Aaron did the tapes, and he let us do all the digital stuff. He doesn't sell his digital, or he doesn't sell it digitally on the Sludgelord Bandcamp.
Okay, I got you. All right, well, cool, man. Well, yeah, congratulations on the new album, Blennoid. It's fucking killer. The artwork's awesome. I'll be ordering my translucent yellow whenever you put the pre-orders up. So looking forward to that.
Thanks,
I would put the pre-order up. I put the pre-order up as soon as you place the order to start recouping some of that money, for sure.
Yeah, I'm so paranoid about that though, man. Like I think if we do a pre-order, the worst thing's gonna happen. Like the plan will burn down or something. And I don't know why I'm so paranoid, but I can't do the pre-order thing. It gives me the creeps.
Yeah. Well,
I gotta wait till we got them on hand.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, if I had the confirmation, I would probably be okay, but I wouldn't have done it before I got a confirmation, or at least my bank account showed that I paid out X amount of money, for this record order. So, did you have to put it all up at once with them, or did you do like a down payment and then pay the rest when you pick it up, or like how did it work?
It's 70% down, so you got to pay about 20 something down there.
Right. Okay, yeah, because the guys we used that from New York that used the Ukrainian pressing was like 50% down, and then they pulled like 25% in the middle of like pressing. Oh no, it was 50% down, and then 25% when they started pressing it, and then 25% before they shipped it. So you paid like over 3 payments, But I just paid it all at once because I was like, that way it gave me the chance not to like get the price raised on me or something like that. I just locked it in. I was just done with it. Yeah. So, and then right now the Ukrainian, obviously the Ukrainian ship vinyl market is in flux, obviously with the war going on. So even if we ordered again from them, I don't even know when it'll get here, obviously. So. But all right, Jim, or Blind Samson, as your mama calls you. We'll go ahead and wrap it up. And yeah, man, good luck on that. Good luck on that show, Ground Zero. I Hate God and the other one. Should be a pretty good one. And hopefully we'll see you guys up here next year. We'll get something together. I know there's a new venue opening up at Burial Brewing that they're looking for really heavy bands. So maybe we can get a show there and do some damage some ears.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, dude. we always like damaging the ears. You know?
Yes. Well, man, like I said, again, good luck with the album, and hopefully you guys can quit your day jobs and go on tour and get that drum tech that you've always wanted, and we'll stop lugging these damn drums around and just start playing them.
I hope so, man. I'd be stoked.
Yeah, man, it'd be awesome. All right, Jim. Well, man, take care. And I'm digging the album. I still listen to the album. I get like 2 miles a gallon in my truck when I listen to it because it's so heavy. I gotta lug all that around with me. But I'll keep listening, man, and I'll be getting that vinyl whenever you announce it.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, hopefully sometime February they'll be here. I hope.
What you should do is if when you have the vinyl, tell them to hold a copy, and I'll go pick it up myself and save you the shipping cost.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Because I mean, if you can save like $7 or $8, why wouldn't you? I'm always near there. It's at the old Actual Citizens paper plant. Is where they're in now. So it used to be the newspaper plant, and now it's they bought it and turned it into a. It's kind of weird. It's like a vinyl pressing plant and like a bar and like a venue for like singer songwriter stuff and like something else. And it's like kind of like a odd mixture of stuff, but it's primarily a record pressing plant. So I mean that's cool. But like I said, I'll look into them again on their prices because I remember they were really high for what I thought should have been a lot more, in line with what I had seen with other plants. I just thought, man, if I could just save on shipping, it'd be worth it. But I could get it from other places, paying shipping and get it cheaper. So I was like, I don't know about all this, but we'll see. I'll look into them again.
Sounds good, man.
All right, Jim. Well, man, thanks for coming on, dude.
Man. Thank you.
Yeah, man, no problem.
Yeah, man.
Tell
Thank
Alex.
You.
Yeah, tell Alex I said hello and not to hurt his back moving all that equipment. And
yeah, I'll let him know.
All right, man. And dude, Alex, I know you're not here, but if you watch this, just draw some stuff and sell it as is, man. You're so awesome. This stuff is so killer, man. Detail oriented. I really think you could do well if you just made pre-drawn stuff and just sell it as is, and just throw a band logo on it. I really think you could do it. So.
Yeah, man, I think so. I'll let him know.
All right, man. All right, man. Well, take care, and we will talk to you guys next time.
Sounds good, Jason. Thanks.
All right, man.